Hi, hello, welcome back to the second episode of the Let's Podcast About Blank podcast. Today, I actually want to talk about the interesting phenomenon that is widely popular in Korea. A little bit of backstory. I lived in Korea and I was kind of obsessed with Korea before I moved there, and the first 2 years during I was living there, and then everything magically just disappeared, and I got over it, but still love Korea, love it a lot. We'll be traveling there so many times. Maybe again we'll be living there. Who knows? But there is one thing that I find particularly interesting is that there is a lot of silent vlogs, or just like people not showing their faces but speaking softly, like very slowly, and it's all like full of mystery, but they are like letting you into their like life. They're showing you their routine, work, like just hang out with friends and stuff like that. Back in 2019, I believe, I was in my prime obsession of Korea era, and I really was trying to learn Korean any possible way. And of course, YouTube was one of the way to do it very efficiently, because there was so many, not like classes, not like people who were teaching you Korean, but actually like YouTubers, creators that were Korean, that are Korean, and they were making just a lot of content. So there was one girl that I started following like way back. I guess it was 2019, really. It was like, 7 years ago. Her name is Ondo. So in Korean, Ondo means like degrees, like Celsius or Fahrenheit. So Ondo. And she was, I guess, like filming her work life, and her just like normal routine, living home alone, how they like to live, like living alone. And so I even did that kind of series. I really like it, but I was showing my face though. So she was doing that kind of vlogs where she will be showing you her like just normal life, but she was never showing her face. Even till this day, I saw her face only because I attended her like a workshop when I was living in Korea. And I guess like she, not that long ago, maybe like 2 years ago, she started like showing her face, like when she was like taking picture, maybe she will be like doing like this. So you somehow can get a picture like how she looks like. But when she just started, she was not showing anything. It was like either her like hands doing stuff, or like she was typing something on computer, or you can like see her filming like from her neck down. Nothing that like that what she thought is just like she was never showing her face, but there were always subtitles. I believe at first it was only in Korean. That's why I got into it, because I was like reading what she was writing, and because it was about her life, it was pretty simple, nothing like very hard to learn. So I was actually watching her YouTube video. I was pausing and reading out loud the sentence, and then like remembering the words that were in that log. Was it effective? I can say so. I actually really enjoyed, like, while I was watching, I was learning. So I guess it's a good combo for you to go and learn something. But yeah, it was very interesting. Like, it was also like kind of mysterious. And I was following her for like pretty long time. I remember like there was like one YouTube video where she was like going through the Mappogu, like in Hondae. If you were in Seoul, you 100% like walked that street. It's like when you walk out of the Hondae exit, I guess like 3, and there is like a park, and you go through that park, and there's like apartments and smaller buildings. You go to the Olympic she was showing that she was buying like 붕어빵, right? I guess it's 붕어빵. It's like that fish pastry with red beans from the vendor on the street. And I was like, when I was watching it, I was like, I wish I was in Korea during winter and I was buying that 붕어빵 and just eating it on that street, like when it will be so like hot and delicious and stuff. And it was so in my head. It was just imprinted, like how they say, it just altered my brain chemistry, that later on, when I actually did move to Korea and it was my first winter there, I came to that street. Even later on, I lived on that street for like, I guess, 1.5 years. And every time when there was winter, I would always go and buy the 붕어빵 at least once per winter and just eat it out there. Like, it was my small kind of like routine, I guess. Something that was imprinted into me when I was learning like Korean in 2019 through that YouTube vlog. So I guess she really did make some kind of effect on me. Anyway, like, I followed her story from when she was working in the Korean company as a designer, like I guess it was like digital designer. And then she was also trying to make it like big on YouTube. Actually, I don't know if she was trying. I guess she was only like doing it for fun, because she was living alone, and like you just go work, homework, and then I guess she just found it very interesting to do the vlogs. But I really want to say thank you to her because through her vlogs I learned a lot about Korea. I learned a lot about like just Korean like daily normal life, something that you might not be able to learn if you were just coming as a tourist, like the way Korean dishes are made, because she was always showing how she is cooking, then how she is taking care of her home, like what kind of even chemicals Koreans use to do stuff around the house. It was interesting. Like, I was always looking forward to it. And then I remember she really liked that one shop that was also in Hondae, but it's in that 산책 길? I don't remember. Like, it's now called the Red Road. Actually, don't know why they took that kind of name. But there is that store called Object, and there are just like the multi-stationery brand store that carries a lot of brands, but there are mostly local Korean brands and stationery, some kind of notebooks, pens, some kind of maybe pins, stickers. Koreans are big on stickers, like washi tape, some small bags, the eco bags, and just so much stuff. Like, every time when I was coming to Korea as a tourist before I moved there, I would always go there and buy something from that. Like, I still even have stickers that I did not use from that store. And she will always show how she will go there and like shop for something and then use it. And it's just like small details of your life that just kind of, I guess it's interesting to follow someone's life, and especially like when they're living in the country you want to move to. And later on, she actually had her own brand because she was the designer, like as I mentioned before. And she just made some kind of, what was that? I guess she made some kind of stickers, and she was selling it there, and some kind of like a small pouch. And I actually went to that store and I saw it like offline. It's just that I was not that into it to buy it. I guess it was something like 4만 원, 5만 원, like $35, something like that for the pouch. Maybe I'm wrong, but yeah. And then I was still like following her life. She moved from like one house to a bigger house to a bigger house because her following was getting more and more. And when I was checking the comments, it was usually people from not Korea, like a lot of comments in Korea in English saying like just like thanking her to do all that like work and subtitles because someone also is learning Korean through it, or just like showing the normal life because like K-pop and all that exaggerated lifestyle. So yeah, when in 2020 I moved to Korea and I was still like heavily into her. I saw on her Instagram story that she is having like workshops, that she has rented like a studio in the Yeonnam-dong. Again, it's a place in Hondae, and if you were in Seoul, you definitely walk those like lanes and streets. And I remember I called my best friend, Michelle Hai, to come and join me for the bookbinding workshop, like 1 day workshop. So I remember there was only like 4 people. It was like a small area. It was December. It was super cold outside, but inside was so warm. And it was like on the top of the building, and you can see like the sun shines through the like windows, and you can see the whole Yeonnam-dong. It was like I was living my best life that time, honestly. Like in that moment, I still like have pictures and stuff, and like she was there and she was wearing like the mask because it was during COVID still, and like we were doing the bookbinding. I still have that notebook back at home. It's so interesting just remembering that. And like me and my friend would take like cute pictures doing that, and like later on also did some kind of aesthetic pictures of what we did, and it was fun. Like I could not speak Korean well that time, but I asked my friend to help me and translate that. Like I watch her vlogs, and it's been like 2 years, and like I'm learning Korean by her vlogs. And I remember she was so shy, and yeah, it's the thing is that she started just from the silent vlogs. Like at first she was not even speaking in her vlogs. If she did, it was very little. Then she started like putting the voiceovers on that, and now I believe like she moved to like an apartment. As far as I remember, she married, and like they're all still like doing that vlog thing, still like not showing faces and stuff. But and I guess she's like have like millions of subscribers right now. And the thing is that after I kind of saw her vlogs, it's been like maybe like 2 or 3 years that I started noticing that there is more and more that kind of type of vlogging, like when people just like not showing their faces. You can type in the YouTube like living alone in Seoul, or like maybe Seoul home alone routine, something that is connected to living alone, like being an adult, like already making like money, or maybe like being in high school and university. But usually I feel like people in university tend to show their faces, but people who work in the workplace, they are not. I guess it might be with the culture. I'm not sure. It's just like my observation. I don't know. But yeah, there are so many vlogs like that right now, and I find it very interesting. Because like after living in Korea for 5 years, I know that there is like that kind of, I don't want to say problem, but there's a lot of people who live alone. Like we all know that Korea has this population problem, like fertility problem. I don't think it's a problem. It's just like they are not having babies because it's like very costly to have a baby from like birth to like finishing university. Like it's very costly, and cost of living in Korea, I don't want to say it's high because it's like it's relatively normal. But I guess like when you have a baby, you need to have an apartment, a car. You will want to put the baby into the best like academy, best kindergarten, and like school, university, etc. So people are not having babies in Korea. I guess like the whole world knows, cannot hide it anymore. So there are so many like young men and women who are living alone, and they are just like documenting their life. And yeah, YouTube is pretty popular in Korea, so you can make like living out of there. So it's just really like, I don't want to put my humble opinion on that, but I hope that like while like some like women and men watching each other's like routines, they're like, oh, it's kind of similar to mine. I guess we might need to connect and like be happy together and make the happy together vlogs. But even if they're like together still, yeah, they're not having babies. Anyway, I got too far from the point. This is something that I did not see on the other like YouTubes in other countries. Like Japan is also following that kind of pattern. I saw several vlogs of like Japanese girls vlogging their life, also like they're not showing face or they're just filming from the back of their head, and it's also very interesting to watch. I find it very interesting to see like how each country's like young adults are living right now, because the times are not that easy, honestly. But yeah, I did not see that kind of vlog type in China. Yeah, I know YouTube is banned in China, but you still can upload it from there. But yeah, like Japan and Korea, so many vlogs. If you want to learn Korean or Japanese, I guess this is one of the ways, like very interesting ways. But this is something that is very popular, and I really want to know like what's your opinion on that. Like, have you seen that kind of videos? Like if yes, like what do you feel about them? Like maybe you know someone who is actually making that kind of videos. I know that people just they don't want to be like their privacy to be invaded, and I totally understand that not everyone is comfortable to put their faces out there, but it's very interesting. Like I find it's like really intriguing. Like I don't know why this topic is so onto me, but yeah, I just want to know your thoughts on that. Have you watched that kind of videos? Like if yes, then what kind of creator are you following? Because like Ondo is still my favorite one. Like sometimes when I need some kind of comfort, I still even rewatch her old way back videos, like the ones that I was watching before I moved to Korea, like when I was still like very much loving and like living in the fantasy of Korean life. But yeah, thanks for watching, thanks for listening as well. If you have any ideas for my next video, please let me know in the comment down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you. Bye.